Hey everybody, Matt, Happy Harvest CT here. So day one of the Trim Your Waste Challenge. So people who are already zero wasters, I mean, you might get a few things out of this, but you're pretty much on board. This is like scaffolding. I'm using like tiering, right? An education word saying this is basic. This is the steps that are gonna get you to be more zero waste, to hopefully create a more sustainable world. Today's challenge one, and we're gonna kind of go over some tips and tricks and things to do, but it's a little different. Like day one isn't actually, you're not going to be like trimming your waste today. Like today is more of a reflection day. Today is figuring out your why and things like that. So we're gonna just dive right in, right? And I hope all of you got my email. And if you're not the auditory learner here and you want to just read it, that's fine too, or post this. So step one, just write down your why. Like, why are you doing this? Like, I have been having conversations with different people about why they're doing this. Some people are doing it for, the koala bears. They want to save the animals and things like that. Great. Some people are doing it because of the climate and the weather and things that are changing, and they think this is going to help them. Some people are doing it for their own personal satisfaction. All right. Some people are doing the Trim Your Waste Challenge just to get some education, to figure out some tips and tricks on how to actually go zero waste. They've tried a few times and failed, and maybe their failures are just going straight up zero waste so quickly. So this is a system where it like breaks it down for you, right? So find out your why. Why, right? My why is because it just resonates with me. I personally hate waste. I hate garbage, and it just really bothers me. And it's really something that has been a passion of mine, but it's been really tough to do. So that's why I'm doing it. I know Jackie's doing it just to learn more about it. And then we're doing it together because it's going to be good for the relationship and great for our family. So there's so many different things. So what is your why? Write it down. Don't just put it in your head. Write it down. Tell someone you live with. Tell someone your why, right? And if you have no one to tell right now, tell me. Just tell me. I'd love to hear your why. Two, right? So I actually have my little note sheet here. So you don't have like a PowerPoint or anything to go off. So you're doing your why, and then you're going to kind of audit yourself. You're treating yourself like an accountant. And what do accountants do? They come after us and try to figure out, either they're helping us, right? Or they're coming to figure out where our assets are and things like that. So you are an accountant of your household when it comes to trash and garbage, right? You know what goes in, you know what goes out. Some of you might not have a clue. You might just toss stuff and it just gets tossed and you don't know where it's going. So really take the next few days, right? I'm gonna do tips and tricks, but take the next few days to figure out your why and what is actually being thrown out. What is it that's going into the garbage? Now you don't need to actually go through your garbage, right? Just notice it. Just notice, what am I throwing out? I have a ton of plastic from all the berries I eat, right? You eat wicked healthy, good antioxidants, you have a ton of blueberries, but they come in the little plastic containers, right? So you're building up waste that way. That's one of the things we deal with the most is our spinach. And I have some tips and tricks that will help you with those different kind of containers, all right? So I don't want you to think all right, what am I gonna do today? Like, today's the day. I'm going zero waste. I'm going cold turkey. I'm breaking this addiction. It is an addiction. I remember when I was like 12 years old and I finally got that rolling garbage can that went down the driveway, and I was treating it like a skateboard instead of a garbage can, saying, oh my gosh, we finally got the big garbage can. This is awesome. Like, now I look at it, I'm like, wow, we went through a lot of garbage growing up. And I think I could speak for everyone. A lot of people we just threw stuff out without even mindfully thinking about what we're throwing out. That's what this is all about. Don't change anything, just notice it. Don't get mad at yourself, just notice it. Just accept it, because it's something that's going to be a harder change than you think. But together, we're gonna do it, all right? Let's see, what else? So yeah, write down, then after you start doing the audit, figure out what are the biggest things you wanna change? What are they? All right, for us, like I said, for me personally, Jackie's different. For me, it's spinach. I have a spinach smoothie every single morning. It is delicious. Everyone kind of poke fun at me because they know even when we go away, I bring my blender and I bring it. But spinach comes in those plastic containers. Now, what I found out is there's different marketplaces and different avenues where you can just get loose leaf spinach. and that's just the way I do things now. Maybe it's a little more expensive, but I know every 2 days I'm not throwing one of those giant plastic things in the recycling to be recycled. And yes, it is being recycled, but does it even need to be produced, right? So figure out the little things you need to change. Maybe it's Q-tips, all right? Maybe it's your toothbrush. Maybe it's, your cosmetic products are just wicked bad for the environment in general. Yours might be totally different than mine. I really am concentrated right now on food waste. That's really what I want to work on. You might be working a lot on clothing. You might be working on just the fertilizers. Like, it's literally just audit yourself and figure out what resonates with you and what do you want to change. Look at your garbage. Look at the trash that goes out. Look at your Amazon cart. Look at what you order and see what you can trim. All right, write those things down. I'm excited to be working with you all. Thank you for checking this content out, and you are making a difference.